Hello, YouTube! My name is Scott, and I just got around to watching Cobra Kai. And if I looked a little shocked, it's because Season 2, Episode 10, titled No Mercy, wow, some really serious stuff went down. I mean, of course, at the beginning, it picked up right where the last one left off. Daniel and Amanda realized that Sam wasn't home. Amanda checked Sam's computer because she has her password. And there's some messages from Aisha about was she okay, because, she drank a lot. Can't believe the cops showed up. So, parents are going into full panic mode. Daniel realizes he can track Sam's phone and tracks it down to Johnny's apartment, because that's where Robbie took her. Now, Johnny is actually doing the right thing here. Trying to keep Daniel from coming in until he can cool down just a little bit. Yeah. Turns out this time Daniel finally struck first and kicked the door open. And we finally get if this is the only Johnny versus Daniel battle that there is in this show, I'll be both surprised and disappointed because there wasn't that much to it. It was cut with just so many clips from the Karate Kid. It wasn't really definitively ended either. Their kids came in and broke them up. And that was about where that ended. Because we had to cut to the first day of school at West Valley High, where apparently everyone in Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do go to school. And what happened? Oh boy. Seems like it's going to be a normal day. Robbie came clean with Sam about the whole Medal of Honor thing. I guess I should have not been surprised that was going to be an end-of-season reveal. And it seems like it's going to be a normal first day at school, but Tori, who's been gone, basically this whole time, and Miguel couldn't get a hold of her, Aisha couldn't get a hold of her, she takes over the intercom and says that she's coming for Sam. And it just... Okay. So, at first, they confront each other. Miguel and Robbie are coming to their girlfriend's aids. And then the next thing you know, at least a third of this episode, maybe half, turns into a school-wide karate fight. Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. It is friend on friend all over the place. Sam versus Tori. Miguel versus Robbie. Aisha does kind of have a dog in the Sam-Tori fight, but she just kind of takes on someone random. Those two kids I was talking about in the last episode, Bert and Nate, who don't look old enough to go to high school, apparently they go to high school because they take each other on. Dimitri ends up running from Hawk quite rightly, but then at the last minute actually defends himself against Hawk and beats him. It seemed a little contrived because Dimitri's never seemed like, the fighting type, and if you didn't know any better, I'd kind of think Hawk was on steroids, but with the anger issues, but okay. Chris, that one guy that Hawk kept demeaning and who turned his back on Cobra Kai, went up against his friend whose name I still don't know, and almost lost to him, but utilized a book. Also, Stingray was there. Stingray needs to get a damn life. He decided to apply for a job as security guard at West Valley. And when the fight broke out, he waded in to defend, his Cobra Kai classmates. But the two big fights, of course, again, Sam and Tori, and Robbie and Miguel. Now, you want to see the good guys win, but at this point, we don't really know who that is. I mean, Tori's pissed off at Sam and Miguel for kissing, so that's why she's out for her blood. Miguel and Robbie are just fighting, basically, to defend their girlfriends, and, Robbie found out about the kiss, too, so he was understandably upset at Miguel. The lines are a little easier to draw, though, when Tori decides to unstrap a spiked bracelet from her wrist and use it as a sort of brass knuckle thing. She's literally kind of fighting with claws. And she manages to land a blow to Sam's upper arm that draws blood and requires stitches, but we'll get to that in a minute. Because the final battle, like the final two that are left fighting, are Robbie and Miguel. And Robbie, And Miguel really looks like he's got the upper hand. He's got Robbie pinned. It looks like he's going to deal a killing blow. But he actually stops and remembers what Johnny taught him about showing no mercy without honor. Or something like that. But he decides to show mercy to Robbie. And that's like, at that moment, it's like there's an immediate role reversal because it's a huge mistake. Because Robbie gets up and kicks his ass. And it's so bad because they're up on an upper floor and Robbie kicks him over a balcony. And it looks like Miguel broke his neck. And there's still more of the episode after this, by the way. But it doesn't get much more shocking than that. You know, Robbie runs for his life and he's gone for the rest of the episode. Sam gets stitched up at the hospital. Miguel is in intensive care with a neck brace on. Carmen never wants to see Johnny again, not surprisingly. Johnny keeps flashing back on all those times that he had with Miguel. You know, he clearly loves him like a son. Although that is telegraphed by an earlier scene where Robbie finds all these old pictures that he drew for Johnny and realizes that Johnny loves him. So, actually, when you put it that way, it's a little surprising that Robbie hasn't run to Johnny for help. So, a couple things happen at once. First off, Amanda tells Daniel, no more karate, flat out. And he closes down the dojo. So, it looks like Miyagi-Do's no more. Johnny goes back to Cobra Kai. What he's going to do there besides get drunk, I don't know. But he walks in and he hears what sounds a lot like training. And in the back room, Kreese is back. And Kreese made a deal with Johnny's landlord while he was at Tommy's funeral, and he took over Cobra Kai. So now Johnny's really lost everything. You get this whole shot of him sitting on the beach watching what I assume is the sun's rise? Not entirely sure. But he's clearly decided he's done. His cell phone, which he's been having trouble with this entire episode because it's new and he doesn't really understand it, it rings, and he throws it in the sand, takes the drink, the bottle, in the bag that he was holding, and smashes it against his car, throws the keys in through the open window, and just walks away. Dude, I know you're upset, but, spring for, a new paint job or something. Don't get rid of the frickin' Challenger, man. And then, right at the end, which seemed just a little bit tacked on, he got a friend request on Facebook from Allie. I mean, that doesn't really matter at this point. I'm sure it will lead somewhere. I mean, there wouldn't be much point if it didn't. But right now, this could have waited until, the next season. Oh, but boy, do they know how to close off a season of Cobra Kai, huh? I've been in a mild state of shock since about halfway through the episode, so bear with me. Yeah. So, anyway, that's what I think. That's definitely what happened. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below, like the video, share it around, subscribe if you're so inclined. Hit that button that's down there, the bell icon for notifications for when I put another video up. And until next time, I have been Scott, and this has been Just Got Around to Watching, an offshoot of opinions no one cares about. Everyone has opinions. This one was mine.